I've got this job from earlier this year. We finished everything. Customer signed off. We invoiced, but no payment. I followed up. Text, email, even called. Nothing. It's been about 75 days now. I'm wondering if I should just write it off and move on.
Maybe, but before you do, let's look at a few things. Not all debts are worth chasing, but not chasing unpaid invoices is how contractors bleed cash over time.
It's just under $8,000. Not huge, but not peanuts.
That's real money. If you decide to pay $8,000 out of pocket for something you want, you wouldn't shrug. But the moment it's unpaid labor and materials, contractors start calling it a write-off. Here's the thing. Once a debt hits 30 days, your odds of collecting it start to drop about 10% every month. At 60 days, your odds of collecting fall about 20%. At 90 days, you're down to about a 50% chance of seeing the money. By 180 days, that drops closer to 25 to 30%. The longer you wait, the more it costs you, even if you do collect.
I think he just doesn't want to pay me. He got the insurance check and probably spent it.
Could be. It's usually one of three things. One, they don't have the money. Two, they're not happy with the job. Three, they assume you're not serious about getting paid. If you don't know which one it is, you're already behind. Your contract should make clear that they're responsible, regardless of what the insurer does. And your follow-up process should catch that before 75 days go by.
It's just hard to keep the pressure on the customer when they think the insurer is in control.
Exactly. In Minnesota, you've got 120 days from the last day you worked on or delivered materials to the project to file a mechanic's lien. If you're inside that window, the lien gives you extra leverage to get paid. But don't let that deadline lull you into sitting on unpaid invoices. Filing a lien takes time, and if it's not done right, it's worthless. The better move is to escalate at 30, 60, and 75 days. Don't wait until you're almost out of time.
I used one of those free online contract templates. It didn't say much about payment timing.
Then you're at a disadvantage. But it's not a deal breaker. If you've got a signed contract, even a basic one, and documentation of the work, plus proof of communication, texts, emails, invoices, you still have a case. This is why every contract should spell out payment triggers, interest on late payments, collection costs, clear timeline for when money is due, and why every change order should be in writing. If you don't have that, collecting gets harder, but not impossible.
So what does it mean to write it off?
From an accounting standpoint, it means you stop carrying it as a collectible receivable. From a tax standpoint, you may take a bad debt deduction. But legally, you still own the right to collect unless the statute of limitations expires. That's usually 6 years in Minnesota for written contracts. So yes, you can write it off and still collect later. But letting it sit silently for years is just avoidance, dressed up as strategy. Also, have a conversation with your accountant about how you're handling bad debt. Carrying unpaid balances as accounts receivable gives the illusion that money's coming in. That can lead to bad spending decisions, or worse, hide the fact that your collections process is broken or non-existent.
Would small claims court be worth it?
It might. Minnesota's conciliation court handles cases up to 20,000. The filing fee is small, and you don't need a lawyer. That said, we handle a lot of conciliation court cases for clients. Sometimes it's because the case is too involved. Sometimes it's just because they don't want to deal with it. Either way, we make the process easy. And if your contract includes a collection expense clause, the ones we prepare for clients does, the court often awards filing fees, service costs, and even some or all of the attorney's fees. That alone can make pursuing the debt worthwhile.
So how do I know when to stop chasing?
Here's what I tell clients. If the debt is small, undocumented, and more than a year old, cut your losses and use it as a lesson. If the customer is bankrupt, broke, or vanished, move on, but tighten your process. But if the amount is meaningful, you have a signed contract, and you're within lien or court deadlines, don't walk away, escalate. What you really need is a system that moves debt from AR to action quickly. 30 days, friendly reminder and reconfirmation of next steps. 60 days, formal demand and internal review. 75 days, collections or legal escalation. Doing nothing because you feel bad or don't want to be that guy. Just subsidizes customers who don't pay. It's not kind, it's expensive.